Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, November 15th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 505 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Marilyn Manson locked women up in a small, soundproof glass enclosure that he called the Bad Girls Room, report says. Barry Herborn was shot and killed a year ago, his killer is still on the loose. Deputies, woman stabbed ex-husband, kidnapped children. Rittenhouse trial could be the pendulum swinging back after George Floyd, expert says. Oddly, Raiders player finds scissors at line of scrimmage before Chiefs snapped ball. Seahawks receiver DK Metcalf tried re-entering game versus Packers after ejection, and Twitter had jokes. PD, suspects arrested after teenage boy was shot, killed at Buckeye gas station. Missing 24-year-old elementary teacher from Georgia found dead in Mexico, reports say. Nicholson wins finale, Langer takes 6th Schwab Cup title. Japan's former Princess Mako arrives in New York after giving up title. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. The 9-year-old boy injured at the Astroworld Festival has died, family attorney says, bringing the death toll to 10, CNN. Japan's economy shrinks more than expected as supply shortages hit, Reuters. China property, new home prices see biggest fall since 2015, BBC News. Marilyn Manson locked women in soundproof Bad Girls Room, report, Insider. Sunday Night Football, Patrick Mahomes throws 5 TDs, Chiefs beat Raiders 41-14, NBC Sports. Adele tells Oprah that her weight loss was a byproduct of managing her anxiety, Entertainment Weekly News. HW News, new NVIDIA GPUs, yes, really, Steam Deck delay, Grand Theft GPU, Gamers Nexus. Trump Organization selling Washington hotel for $375 million, reports say, BBC News. Girl, 11, sole survivor in plane crash on Michigan's Beaver Island, New York Post. UK police find 900 pounds of cocaine worth $44 million in load of onion rings, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Chris Christie reveals Trump's bunkers question when sick with coronavirus. Trump reportedly sells Crown Jewel Hotel, new owners to dump his name. Adele says her son had no idea she was Adele. Fox Business host blasts GOP rep Paul Gosar's snuff film. Memos were blueprint for authoritarian coup by Trump, Carl Bernstein warns. 9-year-old Ezra Blunt dies from injuries after Astroworld crowd crush. Adele reveals very special audience member at LA concert, never been so nervous. House Republican voices grave concerns about Trump's plans for 2024. GOP senator refuses to condemn Trump for defending hang Mike Pence chance. Being the Ricardos' reactions say everybody was wrong about Nicole Kidman's Lucille Ball. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Supply chain issues impact snow removal tools. Daughters of Revolution dedicate monument. Police, 3 killed, 2 injured in crash. Family prepare for trial of dead football player. Human remains found along bike trail. Supporters rally for death row inmate. Students exit after witnessing racist graffiti. Retired North Iowa educator cannot part with the classroom. Mother protests son's death. Residents hold vigil for clean air. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. 9-year-old boy who was injured at Astroworld Festival dies. The US and China need to talk about mutual nuclear vulnerability. St. John Bosco and Mater Dei look a lot like Division I programs. Trump to sell marquee Washington hotel for at least $375 million. Air route to Belarus closed to migrants in bid to halt crisis. Japan's economy shrinks, but outlook is brighter as virus ebbs. Faith groups push to scrap mandates in Biden's child care plan. Taxi explodes outside Liverpool Hospital, killing one. Is Brooklyn in the house? Its politicians certainly are. His reasons for opposing Trump were biblical. Now a top Christian editor is out. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, November 15th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Furious company director, 61, who mowed down and killed two cyclists, 56 and 52, walks free. Christmas dinner is saved. There will definitely be enough turkeys for December 25th. Katie Price enjoys an outing to State Park with Frank Carl Woods during Las Vegas trip. Adele reveals the moment she knew she had to divorce. Priti Patel set to have crisis meeting with France to crack down on migrants crossing the channel. Images reveal the squalid, rubbish-strewn shanty camp where migrants wait to flee France for Britain. Why is there lack of concern over burning coal, asks David Rose. Playboy suspected of being the real mastermind behind $25 million raid on Ecclestone's mansion. Betrayal of our sub-postmoders, IT system was allowed to wreak havoc on innocent lives, book reveals. I did it all, I had it all, novelist Wilbur Smith, who has died at 88, writes Christopher Stevens. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Belarus is the latest country to use migrants as pawns. The West is guilty, too. You cannot even cry loudly, counting Ethiopia's war dead. A groom, a lawyer, an ambulance driver among Ethiopia's dead. New outbreak prompts China to lock down university campus. UN experts to review plans for release of Fukushima water. Afghans in Indonesia protest slow UN resettlement process. 1 dead, 3 arrested after taxi explodes outside hospital in Liverpool. It is not enough, world leaders react to COP26 climate agreement. Cuban government, dissidents head toward Monday confrontation. A weatherman's BBC News theme remix was a lockdown hit. He just raised $3 in a 24-hour Drumathan. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID news hive, Israel to vaccinate 5-year-olds, Austria places millions without jab in lockdown. Meeting Barry White took the sex out of his music for me, Jane Krakowski's Honest playlist. iPhone 13 Pro Max review, Apple's heavyweight superphone. Viral by Alina Chan and Matt Ridley review, was COVID-19 really made in China? The photographer's gallery, Sotheby's auction, in pictures. Unstuck in Time, the Kurt Vonnegut documentary 40 years in the making. Florida lawmakers' special session aims to thwart COVID vaccine mandates. Ratchets, face-downs and a fragile agreement, how COP26 played out. A mirror of now, the Valencian Nazis who inspired Scar Aber's new film. Jeffrey Epstein's shadow looms over start of Ghislaine Maxwell's U.S. trial. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Aaron Rodgers meets return to play COVID-19 requirements. Watch, video shows aftermath of plane crash in Michigan. 9-year-old who was trampled by crowd at Astroworld Music Festival dies from injuries. Myanmar political standoff leaves economy in tatters. Rare November tornadoes hit Connecticut, Rhode Island. Former New Orleans Mayor Landrieu to manage Biden's $1 trillion plan. National Public Radio Books editor Petra Mayer dies at 46. 11-year-old girl survives plane crash that killed her father, 3 others. Gunman in Mexico kill family of 5, wound 8-month-old baby. Southwest employee hospitalized after being punched by passenger, police. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID, Austria introduces lockdown for unvaccinated. Maori tribe tells anti-vaccine protesters to stop using popular haka. COP26, a watered-down deal as Delhi chokes. Astroworld, boy, 9, dies days after crush at Travis Scott Festival. I had concerns about marriage, admits Malala Yousafzai. Trump Organization selling Washington hotel for $375 million, reports say. Ethiopia's Tigray conflict, why the rest of the world is worried. Why China is still trying to achieve zero COVID. Joe Biden and Xi Jinping, what they want from talks. A Nobel Prize-winning economist's guide to cooking. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Counting Ethiopia's war dead. AP Top Stories November 14th p. 11-year-old girl the only survivor of plane crash that killed 4 on island in Lake Michigan. Ghislaine Maxwell complains of unsanitary prison conditions ahead of sex trafficking trial. Federal authorities identify one of America's most wanted fugitives 52 years after bank robbery. Young children get COVID-19 vaccine in latest push to quell pandemic. Rittenhouse jury will consider some lesser charges in fatal shootings. Here's what that means. With Trump out of office, Republicans would prefer life in the 1950s, survey shows. The day in pictures. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Fire causes major disruption to Spectrum Internet and cable service in Los Angeles. Southern California sees another day of record temperatures as cooling nears. Crew takes valuables from Fairfax District House, part of follow home robbery trend in LA. Column, LA's unvaccinated public workers go and rant, throw fit over city's vaccine mandate. COVID-19 surge fueled by unvaccinated children in UK, a warning for California. Recovered from COVID-19, Mayor Garcetti scheduled to return to LA on Tuesday. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, November 15th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. We just dropped on 50 women and children. U.S. military covered up airstrike that killed dozens of civilians in Syria during ISIS final stand. New anti-corruption party expected to win Bulgaria's election. Maori tribe tells anti-vaxxers to stop using haka. Australian government rejects key COP26 objectives hours after agreeing to them in Glasgow. Schools in Haryana, India shut down due to excessive air pollution. WHO calls distribution of COVID boosters a scandal as poor nations struggle to get first shots. Smog chokes Indian capital as air pollution levels soar. Israel to ask donor countries to restore payments to Palestinians. Smog chokes Indian capital as air pollution levels soar. China has vowed to punish die-hard politicians supporting Taiwan. series, Nigeria's criminal justice system is rigged against the poor, says prison charity. A volcano that destroyed an entire town in Colombia with the death of some 25,000 people spewed ash and gas this weekend on the 36th anniversary of that devastating eruption. The Nevado del Ruiz volcano showed noticeable activity starting Saturday. The Queen is very well, says Boris Johnson amid growing concern over monarch's health. World War II Warsaw Uprising veteran defends EU. 3 arrested under Terrorism Act after car blast at Liverpool Women's Hospital. The next headlines are from Forbes. Shares of little-known Korean game company soar after a big leap into blockchain. Billionaire Ong Bang Seng's hotel properties, Temasek units raise bid for Singapore Press Holdings. Astro World X toll rises to 10 as 9-year-old boy succumbs to injuries. FDA, hand sanitizer recall due to contaminants with cancer concerns. Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 5 review, a terrible television travesty. June Shine closes $24 million in Series B to accelerate hard kombucha business. Malaysian tycoon Tony Fernandez Air Asia ex-creditors approved debt restructuring plan. The good, bad and ugly from the Green Bay Packers win over the Seattle Seahawks. The Green Bay Packers grab the NFC's #1 seed. NCT 127 joins BTS and NCT Dream in an incredible sales feat in Korea. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COP26 hasn't solved the problem. Scientists react to UN climate deal. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,744,768,746 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Sing 2 Feet review, Illumin Autayan delivers an ingratiating encore to its hit singing animal tune. 9-year-old boy dies from Astro World injuries, pushing death toll to 10. Hybrid 2021 View Conference ends on a high note. Yellow Jackets bosses on threading the effects of trauma through multiple timelines. Frances McDormand could be the first person nominated for Best Picture and Acting Oscars consecutively. Summer of Soul wins top prize at Critics' Choice Documentary Awards. Assassin's Review, a killer revival of Stephen Sondheim's macabre masterpiece. Vanessa Bryant accepts Giving Tree Award and honors Kobe in an emotional speech at the Baby to Baby Gala. BTS, Ed Sheeran win big at MTV European Music Awards. As MTV EMAs go ahead in Budapest despite Untitled Clause, Hungarian Activist Award winner details fear and censorship exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. 3 detained after car explosion kills 1 outside Liverpool Hospital. Pope Francis again calls for climate action. U.S. bishops have been all but silent. 3 dead, hundreds injured after storms rouse scorpions in Egypt. After a 52-year chase, authorities ID the man behind an infamous Ohio bank heist. Flying for Thanksgiving, expect packed planes, unruly passengers and cancellations. Sprained back forces Queen Elizabeth to miss Remembrance event for Britain's war dead. When a Hyundai is also the family home. What 2021's recent elections tell us about voting in 2022 and beyond. Gasoline prices are surging. Can Biden actually do something about it? Doug Emhoff is America's first second gentleman. In Paris, he showed what that means. The following headlines are from The Week. 52 years later, authorities identify fugitive behind one of Ohio's biggest bank heists. Chris Christie has strong words for Republicans tiptoeing around 2024. Austria imposes lockdown for people who aren't vaccinated. 9-year-old boy trampled at Astroworld Festival dies. Queen Elizabeth misses Remembrance Sunday service after spraining her back. Trump Organization is reportedly selling lease on D.C. hotel for $375 million. As Biden takes legislative victory lap, voters sour on Dems' economy. Schiff predicts Bannon's indictment will serve as a warning shot to other subpoenaed January 6 witnesses. FBI email server hacked, attackers pin blame on cybersecurity consultant. Leaders warn COP26 emissions deal did not achieve group's climate goals. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomy Jargon 101, Strong Nuclear Force. Astronomy Jargon 101, Baryon Acoustic Oscillations. Not saying it was aliens, but Oumuamua probably wasn't a nitrogen iceberg. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, November 15th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Surtsey, volcanic island, emerged this day in 1963. Pleiades, or Seven Sisters, shine in November. The next news is from Politico. Queen Elizabeth II misses Remembrance ceremony with bad back. United Nations first tech envoy departs amid workplace harassment probe. Trust deficit stalls vaccinations in Eastern Europe, driving new COVID surge. El Salvador looks to crypto bros to stabilize Bitcoin. Austria imposes lockdown on unvaccinated. Boris Johnson says COP26 climate deal tinged with disappointment. Opinion: Steve Bannon's contempt indictment isn't all that Trump foes think it is. Biden's successor chatter grows and Harris isn't scaring off anyone. Mar-a-Lago trespasser deported to China 2 years later. Don't call it a summit, Biden's Xi meeting brings low expectations. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Woodside's US deal brings massive LNG project closer. It's a little strange, Tasmania wants answers over COVID case from QLD. How to move a giant green elephant. How Princess Rat helped Malakuta rise from the ashes. Transport chief warned Premier about risks of $40 billion rail corporation. Theatre roars back with new voices, Australian stories. Race by race preview and tips for Wyong on Tuesday. Well-bred bon vivant ready to let the good times roll. Australian Newsle Hive, Victoria records 860 new local COVID-19 cases, 5 deaths, no vaccine for under 12s until 2022, Pilbara rocked by aftershocks after earthquake on Saturday. Not above scrutiny, Morrison backs Senate inquiry into ABC complaints. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Dow Jones Newswires, Celltrion shares rally in South Korea after EU OK's marketing of its COVID-19 treatment. The New York Post, rare tornadoes hit Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Dow Jones Newswires, China's property market contracts further amid curbs on speculation. Dow Jones Newswires, China's major economic indicators for October exceed expectations. Keywords, Michael Flynn draws condemnation for saying U.S. should only have one religion. Tesla's Elon Musk spends another weekend insulting people on Twitter. Elon Musk sold $6.9 billion in Tesla stock last week, and shares had their worst week in more than a year. The Wall Street Journal, Trump selling their controversial Washington hotel for $375 million. Newswatch, 10 recommended stocks if you think value will beat growth as inflation surges. How a cancelled business trip shows that we're still far from past the pandemic. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Need for rigorous awareness on IP rights, Kunzel, Buchanan's national newspaper. Obituary, William, Bill, Lawrence Westhoff TheFencePost.com, FencePost. Another voice, Nikola Tesla's greatest achievement occurred in WNY, Buffalo News. GEM, the Supreme Court's last expansion of patent protection, 20 years ago, IPWatchdog.com. Exhibit focuses on Swampscott resident who co-founded General Electric, Wicked Local. Eugene Levin obituary, 1933 to 2021, Redondo Beach, CA, Pasadena Star News, Legacy.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. A Google initiative can fix the funding bottleneck for some Indian digital news companies. An Indian coal billionaire added more wealth than either Bezos or Ambani this year. The Indian central bank's latest government bond scheme may not enthuse retail investors. Austria's new COVID-19 lockdown only applies to the unvaccinated. What to expect from the Biden-Xi virtual summit. 5 vital lines in the COP26 climate agreement. Ethiopian crisis and social media, Art X Lagos, Egypt's COP27. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. John Prine. Chiefs vs. Raiders. Yellowstone Season 4, Episode 3. Titans. Eagles vs. Broncos. Wake Forest football. Seahawks. Cam Newton. Adele. Elon Musk Bernie Sanders. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. New quantum chips could be standard for computers in coming years, IBM. Biggest COVID Delta outbreak hits university town in China. International Space Station crew told to hide due to threat of space debris. Capitol storming was attack on NATO values, Secretary General says. U.S. and Israel launch joint cybersecurity force. U.S. military defends legitimate strikes on women and children. Australia had better prepare for sacrifice, Chinese media boss warns. 3 terrorist suspects arrested over UK hospital blast. Ronaldo in tears too, Djokovic goes wild as Serbia score 90th minute winner to reach World Cup, video. U.S. inflation to get even worse, Fed banker predicts. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. What to expect from the Biden-Xi meeting, spoiler alert, nothing good. Bitcoin and the end of U.S. super-imperialism. Belarus leader asks Russia to station nuclear-capable missiles near Poland and Ukraine. Is the UN's 2015 devaluation the wrong template to look at now? Certainly on my mind, NY governor jokes about banning Zoom to get workers back in offices. A world gone mad, upscale LA neighborhood wrestles with worsening homeless crisis. Billionaire late bloomers, it's never too late to join the Trace Comas Club. China macro data weakens across the board, credit impulse contracts most in 10 years. Was Rittenhouse's possession of the AR-15 unlawful? The enormous mental health impact of COVID-19. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Japan's economy shrinks faster than expected in Q3. Tennis body calls for probe into Peng Shuai's sex assault claims. 9-year-old boy dies after Astro World Festival crush. Argentina's Peronists set to lose control of Congress. Asian shares edge up as U.S. stock futures make gains. Attack on Burkina Faso defense outpost kills at least 20. Is a new international convention to protect refugees needed? Gov withdraws support for Miss South Africa at Israel event. In pictures, Tunisians rally to denounce Said's power grab. New anti-corruption party leading Bulgaria's parliamentary vote. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Elon Musk to Bernie Sanders, I keep forgetting that you're still alive. Cruz, Biden's spending plan cruel to Americans, will drive inflation up even more. GOP Rep Gonzalez slams political loser Trump over January 6th riot, led us into a ditch, lead to us. Whistleblower teacher warns, CRT absolutely everywhere in schools, soon we won't recognize our country. Exclusive Tom Cotton, high gas prices intended effect of Joe Biden's energy policy, it is not some accident. Exclusive with the help of Moms for Liberty, South Carolina pre-files parental rights bill. Iowa caucus poll, Trump holds commanding intra-GOP lead. Officials, 5 violent inmates who escaped GA facility may be armed. North Las Vegas Mayor John Lee, Republican governors can check Biden administration. Ted Cruz, Liz Cheney spar over her chances in 2024, it's called the Democratic primary. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Woman falls down mountain, writes hilarious review for leggings giving them 5 stars. Students build solar-powered pop-up van for touring in a brilliant mobile home that has 0 emissions. The Good Guys calendar is a celebration of men and their good deeds, hang it on your wall in 2022. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, November 15th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Modders are fixing GTA Trilogy's reign already. 3 dead, hundreds injured after storms rouse scorpions in Egypt. Cocaine haul worth almost €39 found in onion rings. A prolonged gun battle between rival gangs inside Ecuador's largest prison early Saturday left at least 68 inmates dead in the latest violence to hit the literal penitentiary, which recently saw the country's worst prison bloodbath. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. How to hire a developer straight out of boot camp, without getting burned. What is Bitcoin's fundamental value? This digital microscope streams the miniature world to your device, now at a special pre-Black Friday price. What Google's €2.4 billion appeal loss says about big tech's business models. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, November 15th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Episode recap, one of the Real Housewives of SLC is amused by Jen Shah's arrest. If this doesn't wake us up, Utah Jazz are critical of themselves for non-existent urgency. Most sexual assault cases in Salt Lake, Utah counties stall in police departments. New research explains why. The future of this historic LDS chapel is unknown, and community members hope for its revival. Analysis, Utah flirted with disaster at Arizona, but a win is a win. Grantsville rallies to beat Morgan in 3A title game, ending a 24-year championship drought. Original cast of by UTV Studio C asked fans to fund new work. Here's what $1 million bought. Disasters at concerts, including in SLC, through the years show danger of mixing big crowds and music. Battered but not beaten, Duchesne fends off Leighton Christian for 1A football title. Here are some Community of Christ theological stances that differ from those of Latter-day Saints. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Neil Stephenson discusses his new climate change thriller, and coining the word metaverse. IBM claims quantum computing breakthrough. Glitchy GTA re-release still unplayable on PC, said to contain infamous hot coffee minigame. Will cryptocurrency face a quantum computing problem? Increasingly popular ghost guns fuel an epidemic of violence, says NIT. Have scientists disproven Google's quantum supremacy claim? France expands open source use, seeking interoperability, digital sovereignty, and democratic confidence. ID Software tries to stop a man from naming his band Doomscroll. Can we use big batteries to power our trains? The U.S. Department of Homeland Security urges digital literacy. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Oilers Yamamoto scores in last minute in 5-4 win over Blues. State's attorney shares plan to fight violent crime trend in Madison County. Friends and family mourn teens killed and injured in a Baldwin car crash. Candy Cane Lane welcoming thousands to see the holiday lights in South St. Louis. 5 injured during Columbia, Missouri nightclub shooting. NFL honoring replay official from St. Louis who died after game. Former St. Louis officer acquitted of 2019 assault. In gun debate, Rittenhouse verdict unlikely to be last word. Meat keeps getting more expensive, and you should probably get used to it. Garden Glow kicks off holiday festivities in St. Louis. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Teachers reflect on beloved student after funeral service interrupted by chase. How hot did it get? Sunday, heat record broken in one area of San Diego County. 9-year-old Astroworld concertgoer dies, death toll now 10. Former Japanese princess arrives in U.S. with commoner husband. California woman wins over $1 million Wheel of Fortune jackpot at Circa. We will not give up, let them breathe founder reacts after judge's ruling on lawsuit. Caught on camera, California woman gives birth on front lawn. Driver killed, passenger hurt when car crashes into tree in Oceanside. 2 unhurt after small plane skids down runway without landing gear. California's average gas price hits new record high. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, November 15, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Islamic Center of San Francisco Mosque vandalized. Warriors snap 7-game win streak, fall to Hornets 106-102. Truck fatally strikes pedestrian on I-880 in Oakland, CHP. 8-year-old Fresno girl hit, killed by car during alleged domestic violence incident. 9-year-old trampled at Astroworld dies from injuries. Southwest employee hospitalized after being punched by passenger, police say. California average gas prices hit all-time record high. Go back to China, anti-Asian slur left on business in Oakland's Chinatown. How travel has changed since the pandemic, Hilton report. Bail set for woman accused of stealing car with baby inside in Pittsburgh. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Jokic has 28 points, Nuggets rout Trailblazers, 124-95. Young scores 42 points, Hawks beat Bucks to snap 6-game skid. Bridges, Rozier help Hornets snap Warriors 7-game win streak. Chicago man charged in shooting at Via Park Safariland. Dream of Dr. King is dead, leaders emphasize need for action at MLK dinner in Schaumburg. State trooper injured when squad struck by suspected impaired driver. He lived his life by example, ex-Congressman Falwell known for staying true to his principles. McHenry County Board set to vote to remove regional superintendent. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6M, depth 10 km, in South Indian Ocean November 15, 2021, 04:23 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, November 15th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Innocent woman killed in shooting involving security guards in Southeast Houston. Pasadena ISD teacher loses everything, including 3 cats, in apartment fire. 9-year-old trampled at Astroworld dies from his injuries, family says. Astroworld Festival tragedy death toll rises to 10, this was a bloodbath. Astroworld Festival tragedy death toll rises to 9, this was a bloodbath. Mom faces charge after 4-year-old killed in E-Beltway crash, deputy says. Wisconsin braces for Kyle Rittenhouse trial outcome with 500 National Guard members. 2022 Chevron Houston Marathon. Innocent woman killed in shooting involving security guards. Warming up, here's when our next front arrives. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Asian shares higher as Japan says economy shrank in 3Q. Dubai Airport CEO, more passengers, but years to recover. Japan US launch talks to resolve dispute over tariffs. Jackson fumbles chance to play hero's role in Raiders debut. 9 imported COVID-19 infections reported in Taiwan, tally at 16,496. Jeffrey Epstein faces trial by proxy, Ghislaine Maxwell. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Succession Power Rankings, Retired Janitors of Idaho. SNL Recap, Jonathan Majors, Taylor Swift, and new cast members deliver solid show. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Glasgow summit ends amidst climate of disappointment. In post-quake Haiti, rebuilding lives and welcoming new ones. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Unvaccinated will have miserable, very lonely life, top Australian doc warns. Now the organized takedown of global fertilizer supply? The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Will Smith climb to the top of the Burj Khalifa? Wilson volleyball from Castaway sells for $308K at auction. Did The Simpsons predict Astroworld tragedy? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. John Oliver brutally mocks January 6th rioter Jenna Ryan for going to jail. Insecure's radical honesty is the perfect chaser to Succession. Succession recap, Shiv pulls a power play on sickly Logan that will backfire. Ron DeSantis is on Team COVID, and damn whatever happens to Florida. Newsmax goes fishing for respectability in Fox's talent pool. GOP Senator slinks out of condemning Trump's defensive hang Mike Pence. Fox News story disappears own critique of white nationalists. How we fell into a dictator's twisted trap. Chris Wallace calls out Texas hypocrisy on vax mandates. Terror probe launched after deadly UK taxi blast outside hospital. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Teen accused of fatally shooting his ex's new 16-year-old boyfriend. Nets Patty Mills breaks out of slump in historic fashion. Chiefs Patrick Mahomes finally looks himself in thrashing of Raiders. Shocking video shows armed robbers fatally shot Bronx man, wound another. Anti-vaccine protesters display Nazi symbols outside Jewish lawmaker's office. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. COP26 in Glasgow concludes with tentative agreement to curb emissions. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. National Guard called into Kenosha ahead of Kyle Rittenhouse trial verdict. Lawmakers, advocates aiming to overhaul New York sentencing laws. 9-year-old boy dies a week after being trampled at Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival. Newlywed former Princess Mako and commoner Kei Komaru depart Japan and its royal family for New York City. Last act of doting dead in Lake Michigan plane crash was to protect his 11-year-old daughter, the sole survivor, mom. 3 arrested under terrorism act after car explodes outside Liverpool Hospital. New York City's Woolman Rink reopens in Central Park, minus Trump management. Blinken to China, play it cool with Taiwan. House poised to pass Build Back Better Act this week, senior White House official. Southwest staffer hospitalized after passenger throws punch during spat, report. The following headlines are from military.com. Dubai Air Show opens to industry on the mend amid COVID-19. Sailor uses scuba skills to save Marine from Okinawa rip current. Harris ends France trip with flowers for 2015 attack victims. 4 people killed in plane crash on Michigan's Beaver Island. Thousands of military families struggle with food insecurity. Queen's brains back, Mrs. Remembrance Sunday service. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. At rarely open Bishop's Mausoleum, Cardinal Bernardine remembered on the 25th anniversary of his death. As work on the Obama Presidential Center progresses, South Shore residents and organizers call on city for protection. After drinking water crisis in Flint, similar problems surface in Benton Harbor. Jane Tyner, longtime Evanston resident with regal quality who was teacher and volunteer, dies at 75. Bishop's Mausoleum opens on anniversary of Cardinal Joseph Bernardine's death. State trooper hurt while working I-55 crash, squad car struck by possible drunken driver. U of C graduate minding his own business, tried to escape and struggled with suspect before being fatally shot, prosecutors said. Embattled Chicago FA president faces termination hearing. Person in custody following shooting at Safari Land in Via Park. Corrections and clarifications. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Global powers urge to go further after UN climate deal. Report, storms in Egypt leave 3 dead, unleash scorpions. 3 snow leopards with COVID-19 die at Lincoln Children's Zoo. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, November 15th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. You cannot even cry loudly, counting Ethiopia's war dead. On again, off again, Johnson and North's relationship now solid. Stephen Curry relishes Cam Newton's return to Panthers. StatWatch, Batty first since 2019 to top 200 yards in 4 games. Body of missing Seattle deputy fire chief found. This week, Tyson Foods, Walmart, Victoria's Secret earnings. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Antioch double shooting under investigation. Oakland, pedestrian fatally struck in I-880 lanes. Workers at federal prisons are committing some of the crimes. Dallas boy, 9, is youngest of 10 killed at Houston festival. Stephen Curry's homecoming soured as Hornets snap Warriors winning streak. Los Gatos, thousands join solidarity march against hate crimes. Watered down hope, experts wanted more from climate pact. UK, 3 arrested over car explosion outside Liverpool Hospital. Anti-corruption party holds lead in Bulgaria's elections. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Ezra Blunt, 9-year-old, dies after Astroworld Festival crush. Mitch Landrieu tapped to manage Biden $1 trillion infrastructure plan. Trump sells rights to Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. Inside the Beltway, military families go hungry. Ariel Jackson arrested for punching Southwest Airlines worker. Todd Gilbert tapped to be Virginia House Speaker. Eugene Zhang, Mar-a-Lago trespasser, deported to China. Oklahoma Guard leader, troops won't be forced to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Liam John Daly dies jumping off boat to catch football in Florida Keys. Online drivers test program plagued by cheating, report. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Bernie Sanders could snuff out a potential primary contest to replace Patrick Leahy. Despite a botched execution and concerns over innocence, Oklahoma prepares to execute Julius Jones. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, November 15th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Horoscope for Monday, November 15th, 2021. Teen charged in connection with fatal shooting inside Humboldt Park liquor store. Police board considers fate of FOP president at Monday hearing. Guard Alex Caruso likes where Bulls are headed, especially after victory against Clippers. Spanish-language Florencia on El Amazonas arrives at Lyric Opera in grand style. Possible snow in Chicago area Monday precedes roller coaster temps this week. Red Stars head to NWSL final with win over Thorns. Lightfoot, Pritzker at the White House on Monday for Biden's infrastructure bill signing. Bulls guard Kobe White cleared, will play against Lakers. The Great Indoors, and homage to Michael Jordan. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Quick edit, ordinances to extend terms of CBI and ED heads undermines Parliament's authority. SC slams AAP government for lame excuses, key points. T20WC, Oz did what Oz does best, helped by fate and toss. Rare case of Mugar and dengue recovered patient. This is the most popular game in the world. Details about Google Photos' most important feature. 9 tips to boost your phone's gaming performance. Writing Warner off was like poking a bear, Finch. Australia are the new T20 World Champions. Delhi pollution hive, consider work from home for a week, SC tells Center, NCR states. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, November 15th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Review, Il Trovatore Opera in the Heights. The next headlines are about world records making news. Inspiring Hyderabad, real page donates shoes to school children, makes new world record, ABP Live. Weymouth to host world record attempt for elf gathering, Dorset Echo. Man sets world record after creating a tree that bears 10 types of fruit, Mashable Southeast Asia. Vermont woman earns world record by running 95 marathons in 95 days, CNN. With more than 34,000 hours officially logged, God's pit crew volunteer on track for world record, geodanriver.com. Largest hydro-floating solar hybrid system, Thailand sets World Record Academy. Venezuelan orchestra record and vintage sports cars, the weekend's best photographs, The Guardian. Super Mario 64 16-star speedrun world record is now 14 minutes, 55 seconds, The Gamer. Fresno nonprofit breaks Guinness World Record for longest sock line, KFSN-TV. Venezuelan musicians pursue world's largest orchestra record, ABC News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Apple shows its internal control freak to states implementing digital IDs. Instagram is reportedly working on adding moderators to lives, likes on stories. Hackers compromise FBI email system to spam fake cybersecurity alerts. Seeing how Squid Game got made is both relieving and intense as hell. Snap faces investor lawsuit after Apple's privacy updates tank advertising revenue. Marvel's new Iron Fist is here to shake up Danny Rand's life. The Castlevania studio almost made a Marvel anthology cartoon. Watch Encanto's charming cast and crew in a new featurette. Here's how Apple brought Foundation's worlds and cultures to life. Some new Tesla cars are reportedly showing up without USB ports, only holes. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Potchefstroom in South Africa at 114.44 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Dome in Antarctica at minus 61.96 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 52.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Why the chip shortage drags on and on, and on. The following headlines are from Raw Story. John Oliver trolls Capitol attacker who claimed she wouldn't go to jail. She's right, she's going to prison. World War II soldier tells the far right, be quiet, stupid boy, you lousy bastard. Republicans plot revenge for Steve Bannon indictment, but forget the legal requirements. Bill Barr got into a screaming match with Fox News personality Maria Bartiromo, new book. Newsmax turns against right-wing conspiracy theories, and hires straight news Fox producers. Paul Gutter calls himself a victim of terrorism after colleagues called him out for assassination cartoon. Conservatives line up to attack Republican congressman for denying hang Mike Pence demands were wrong. Rep. Clyburn calls Michael Flynn a summer soldier for only loving America when it suits him. Watergate's John Dean speculates there might already be a grand jury for Trump's January 6 team. Trump will sell his D.C. hotel to Hilton after losing millions in profits. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Bye-bye, Trump Hotel. Coming to a city near you, Students for Life's bus tour featuring live ultrasounds. I don't know about you but I'm feeling 22, and like I need a 3-day weekend devoted to Taylor's version. Band-Aid on a bullet wound, Flint locals seed over $626 million water settlement. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Antarctic bacteria live on air and make their own water using hydrogen as fuel, The Conversation. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Drifting assemblies for persistent memory, neuron transitions and unsupervised compensation, pnas.org. Scientists finally understand what some mysterious hotspots on brain cells do, Science Alert. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, November 15, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, November 15th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsiaid is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsiaid. All rights reserved.